Yeah, that was R.E. Brown with Avril Robb playing the drums, and I think it was um, Yosef Ben Israel playing the bass, and his brother Kurt Brown playing the piano. Okay, so
Israel, he's a bassist.
yeah,
I thought he was a drummer off the top of my head, but
no,
I hear
no,
you. Okay, I got
yeah,
it.
and a great one too. Yeah, again, most of these are members of the ACM,
Hmm.
but
Wait. What is ACM?
Oh,
For those
okay.
who don't know, you
For
know.
those of you who don't know, yeah, thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians. This is an organization in Chicago that was born because they were locked out,
Hmm.
much like what you speaking of today.
Hmm.
The racism in this country is much like what's happening with cosmic music. It's the kind of stuff that you make lemonade from. You know, they feed this nonsense, and we take it and we make the good juice. Case in point, the AACM will be 50 years old in 2015 next year, and for the last 10 years, Europeans have been beating the door down trying to get in.
Hmm.
And again, this is an organization that was formed because they were locked out.
Hmm.
Now they want it in.
Hmm.
And fortunately, these brothers are wise enough to just keep it as it is.
Well, not trying to be funny or anything like that. Hopefully, they can understand how it feels to be locked out, left out.
Yeah, well, you know, that's neither here nor there, because the point is that the music needs to go forth, because when the music goes forth,
No, the music will go forth, but I hear you.
absolutely.
Okay.
And our guest tonight is a prime example of that. This is a young man who I've known for several years as well. But when I met him, he was playing the trombone, and
My
then through
first
years he played. Then he went to the guitar, and then the piano, and now he's a drummer like none other.
Mm.
His name is Baba Issa Abrameline, and he's a Detroit-based minister of music and mass cultural communications media.
Well, this is my first time meeting the brother, so hold on.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam.
Nice meeting you.
His
First
mu-
time meeting me in the physical.
That's right. You're right.
Right.
You're right, because the spirits has been there all along.
yeah.
Show you right.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's the connection with this music, is that it is spiritual, and when something is spiritual, then you're on the right track. This is like you can't kill spirit.
Hmm. People so used to King James when it comes to spiritual, but it's
Yeah,
deeper than that.
much more beyond that.
Hmm.
Yeah, King James, he did one cool thing in that was that he did some interpretation.
Well, if you want to get historical,
Yeah, well-
technically he had a committee.
Right.
It wasn't
absolutely.
James
I mean,
himself, but
he
you
had the
know,
money.
right?
Yeah,
Wow.
so he could have did other things with
Uh,
the money, I'm sure. but-
Wait, we can go to church on that. Wow.
Okay, let me finish introducing my brother here. So his music reflects the unceasing cosmic collaboration to elevate human consciousness in the perfection of a quiet heart. So, I present to you Baba Issa Abrameline.
Key is elevation.
I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
You gotta move up.
Okay.
Got to be heard, bro.
As I
Let
said,
the
I
people
am
know.
very happy to be here and very honored, and thank you for having me. And I guess my first statement to just sum up everything that I will be representing tonight is that I come in celebration and acknowledgement of this cosmic moment because we, as a people and as a species, are in a wonderful, never before on this planet position, which is that we know that we got to go to the next level in order to prevail over the situation. We're going to have to be the gods that we are.
Wow.
The human thing is done.
Yeah.
And the vehicle And the facilitators of this change are going to be the magicians, us. We are the facilitators of the changeover to the godhood of the people. And the vehicle of that, as I say, is the cosmic music. And the cosmic music is God.
Right.
Well
So
said.
we'll start off with that. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
That's why we played Acknowledgement, Love
Yeah.
Supreme, when we first came on.
it's
too.
all been, and just to, so that doesn't sound so daunting and, something that is going to take a huge span of time to evolve. First of all, we need to, in order to facilitate this within ourselves, we have to stop giving our God power to situations that we do not want.
Yeah, well stated. How can we do that?
How can we do that? It's very simple. Starvation. You brought up Jesus, and Jesus was like, he came to Jesus and said, "Hey man, we're trying to cast out demons like you did, and these won't go out." And he said, "Well, these kind only go out with fasting and prayer." So basically, if we are divine, which we are, from so many markers, and basically we know this, then we have to come to a understanding that our thoughts, our feelings, especially the solar plexus, everything that emanates from us has the power to shape our situation.
Okay.
And if you right now, where we are gathered, any place that we are gathered, 2 or 3 gathered in the name, we're going to be talking about the situation as it is, how bad it is, how they're taking the music, how they, and basically, cosmic music cannot be stifled.
Absolutely.
So basically, just to answer your question specifically, we have to just change how we are looking at ourselves, what we're thinking about, what it is that we do, and what we have actually sponsoring and supporting us. Because many times what we're doing is misusing our power and, in effect, cursing ourselves, limiting ourselves. It's
Yeah,
You
we're
know.
speaking to the problem as opposed to speaking
Yeah.
to the solution.
and to show you how easy this can happen. Let me just show you this. Black man. You a black man?
Absolutely.
You're a black man? You're a black man, right? Okay, here's the point. I grew up in the first half of the last century. So, what I just said a moment ago when I called everybody black, even more so than the word nigger, black would get you killed. You call somebody black, they would get you. That would just get you smashed up.
I'm colored.
It was, yeah, that's exactly what it was. To the point that I remember, like, sometimes being in trouble in school because fighting, and the teacher would say, what, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, he called me black," and
Yeah,
the teacher would be like, "Oh, he did."
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the point is that even though we had like the intellectuals and the more evolved black people saying black is good and nigritude and everything else, it wasn't until the cosmic music and a cosmic musician named James Brown came along and say it out loud.
I'm black and I'm proud. Yes, say
That
it loud.
that flipped it. So it can flip just that fast.
Well, let's go back a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go to Muddy Waters.
Okay.
I'm a man. Okay.
Okay.
No M. Spell M
Right.
A N. No B. No Y.
I got you.
Oh, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No B, no O, no Y. I'm a man. And before, back then we were boy. And he came out with it and said, look, that's bull. I'm a man. Okay? And then we moved on to Say It Loud and Blacker Than Proud. But something that you said that I want to touch upon, because in essence it sounds like we need to deprogram and reprogram.
Yeah.
And you said starvation and fasting, and a lot of folk
Let me
see
can I
that differently.
explain that
Yeah,
a little?
please, because I know what you mean.
I
but
meant starvation of. See, here's the thing. Everybody's like a little worried, like, oh, they trying to give us Ebola. Oh, man, okay, you know. The fact is if black people came down with Ebola, especially if one of them looked cool, they want Ebola, man. You know, I mean, we have to understand something, man. Is that really we are running the show.
Mm-hmm.
The white man is just our surrogate. You know,
Yeah.
the only racism that we have to deal with is ours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got our hand right up his butt, man. Like, you know, we even talk. I mean, we taught them everything, including
Absolutely.
the word nigger.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not to demean white people, because there's a lot of them. You know, when I was kind of watching the civil rights thing, there's a lot of them had bloody heads too.
Look,
you know?
I respect John Brown.
You see what I'm saying? So we're dealing with a consciousness that right now, just for convenience, that we're going to call white consciousness, although they're not all. And the point is that it is all, everything that we got, even everything right now that we call the white man, you know, the white man's this, the white man's that. Everything came from us. And if you claim that, and if you understand that, then it is a blasphemy against ourselves, who we really are, to talk about these conditions, which we, just by focusing our will and our spiritual energy, can wipe out of existence or change. We're really running this show.
Yeah, I like that. I like to hear that, and we should point out too that, as you said earlier, we give power to those things that we deem are demons to us.
Right.
First of all, it's a spirit. It's a spirit. It's a spirit of the Most High, God, and there's a spirit of the negativity, the exact polar opposite. And it just so happens that that spirit that's negative is easier to swing with, you know. So we got a lot of people who go that way. So, you know, I take white, black out of my vocabulary now because, like you said, it really has nothing to do with them. It's all about us.
Right. It's all about us.
Yeah, and why? Because we people of the sun, and people of the sun were given instructions first. They were given all the instructions. We know what time it is, you know. But we've been moved away from that because of the media control. The media is such that it's so strong, and they so pervasive, if you will. Everywhere I've been around the world, it's almost everywhere I've been, wherever there's a cable or a satellite television, then the local culture is squashed and replaced with this madness. And that's our biggest nemesis. But again, it's back to what Issa said. It's all about us. So how do we deal with that, Issa?
Well, I started to say about the starvation, because the starvation is, you know, you wonder, you read the paper, you see you see the fear and the stuff that's always being projected through the mass cultural communications media.
Right.
You know, and that's a direct attack on the solar plexus, which runs everything. What we don't understand is that is their food. So when you're sitting here saying, when we're sitting here, as we do thousands of times, millions of times a day, all around this planet, saying they doing this and they doing that and they stole this and they stole that, that's their food. That's the solar plexus emanation. So that's what I mean by starvation. See, it's not going to go out by fighting. It's not going to go out by, you know, confrontation. It's not going to go out by demonstrating and protest. We did all that. And everything that we claim as a victory from that stuff has always been under attack. And today is name any victory from the civil rights era, or anything gained that women got, or anything that anybody got, it's all being reversed. So the big point, or attempting to be reversed. But the big thing I want to make is when we're talking about them being all over with their equipment and everything, we have to understand, if we're talking about going back to our God self, that these things right here, as wonderful as they are, I love my Mac, I love my iPad, my phone. They're just prosthetic devices, because the real thing is here.
Mm-hmm.
It's all inside. This is the stuff is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually it's going to end up back here. This is, when I was a kid, we had something called the radidio.
Yeah, what's that?
Telepathy.
Dig that.
The melanin.
Yeah.
We got this going. We just, what I also saw happen is that as we gained integration, we gave up everything.
Mm.
5 years after integration, after the Civil Rights Bill passed, I couldn't find a black store, a black owned anything in my neighborhood. It was all another group had come in.
Yeah.
We gave that up.
Right.
And so we have to claim back. There's nothing wrong with Christianity or talking about Jesus or any of that, as long as we understand that we are talking about us.
Absolutely.
Us. When you say Jesus, you're going to be your own Jesus, and it's supported by the scripture. So.
Yeah.
And when you say Jesus, you got to get to the historical Jesus too. Where was he? He had to have brown skin to live where he lived.
Exactly.
So, and back to the fasting and the starvation, what I had taken what you said for is, like you were talking about these computers, and I want to throw in video games. That's what we have to deprogram and reprogram. Fast from that stuff, because there's too many 20-plus-year-olds playing video games.
Right.
Like, in these computers.
And instead of watching Oprah.
Right, well, put it like this.
Go ahead.
If we use these computers like fire, what they say, fire is a bad master, but a good servant.
Yeah.
If we used all this technology to our advantage, like other groups of people do, we would be a whole heck of a lot better off. But we use too many things as forms of entertainment.
Right.
Instead of education, and
That's part of the program.
I still hold and I hold folk like Robert Johnson, who once said, "This is black entertainment television. This isn't black educational TV." When in reality, that should have been both entertaining and educational. Okay, Sister Kathy
is trying to stay rich.
Sister Kathy Hughes, I respect her to the utmost, but that slapdash that she's pushing on our youth,
absolutely,
that's not going to her son, who's CEO of her business of Radio 1. That's going out to my children. Yeah. You trying to affect my children with that mess, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah,
and it goes to what you said about what you heard coming in your household, and I have read Kathy Hughes said, "Well, I want to emulate the hip hoppers." Now, as old as you are, as wise as you are, as long as you've been on this planet, you mean to tell me you want to emulate that?
Yeah.
Well, see, you're bringing up a good point here, because here's the thing. We are not going to be able to make our points by lecturing, by condemning, by protesting, by what's going to happen. This is why I say it's on the musicians. This is going to happen through the solar plexus, through changes of heart, through intent being infused into vibrations that just go in through the subconscious and do their work. See, the dynamic for all of our great progress and everything else, we're still dealing with the dynamic of monkey see, monkey do. So when you said that this woman said she wanted to emulate, so when they see and hear and feel us letting these vibratory frequencies, because this is a battle of frequencies, if you want to call it a battle.
Yes.
It's
Mhm.
just frequency. It's just frequency. You know, I mean, even if somebody is being a, whatever you want to say, a total asshole, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the fact is it's just frequency. Hate is a frequency. Love is a
Yes.
frequency,
Right.
And we can turn those frequencies when we know who we are and claim it.
And claim it.
And commit to it. Because we already know who we are.
Right.
We know who we are.
That is the purpose of this show, so
Yeah.
that we can do just what you're saying. And that's where the practice has to be. And while we're saying that, can we hear some of your music that exemplifies the
Right.
things that
Okay,
you're
can
speaking
I
of?
just say, okay, this is the birthing rhythm. This is called a birthing rhythm. And basically what this is like people take sunbathe, right? There's sound bathe.
Yeah.
And so this is representing the rhythm when you're in the womb and the contractions and coming out, and it just represents being born again into your real self this time.
A new life.
So stuff is being transmuted when you hear this. Okay, so it's mainly just, it's a sound bath, and with that we can take it.
Okay. Our engineer Cisco over here is,
Good looking out, Cisco.
yeah.
My man.
Harry's brother.
Are you ready? Let's slow jam.
Okay, we had a little technical difficulty in getting that song queued up. Apparently, it was a WAV file. So we're gonna go to another song that Baba Issa has done that I happen to have in my collection. It was Baba Issa and Ralph Buzzy Jones. So I'm gonna play it now, so you can at least get a feel for what Baba Issa is about.
Buzzy, that's the saxophonist, isn't he? Used to
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
with
yeah.
the Starship Orchestra.
Yeah.
Norman Connors.
Yeah.
Knew the
That's
name,
right.
sound familiar.
Yusef and Atif.
Hello.
Manifestors and co-creators of this consensus reality that we are now co-creating. In alignment with the electrifying directives of our common unity of cosmic purpose, it is our happy dharma in this moment to share with you the consciousness that the governing vibrational underwriters now assisting our planet in its ascension process are supportive of our most idealistic and altruistic aspirations. They are primed and ready to accommodate our constructive expectations. Primed and ready. Primed and ready. Primed and ready. This alchemy of self-elevation that we shall now jointly enact is predicated on the predication that thoughts of things and feelings of things and words and sounds are things. And putting first things first, gotta get into the force field. Gotta sanctify the force field. Gotta get into our negativity nullifying geometrical Vajrayana Makala love stars of invincible and invulnerable cosmic fortification. Primed and ready. Primed and ready. Primed and ready. Primed and ready. Now see and feel yourself in an impenetrable diamond shining pyramid. From just above your head to your midsection. And see and feel yourself in a mirroring diamond shining pyramid. From your midsection to just below your feet. Now see and feel the two upper and lower pyramids click and coalesce into interlocking, interlacing pyramids, sealing you in your diamond shining macabre love star, which is repelling discord and compelling harmonious dominance of the divine plan fulfilled, which is the invincible cosmic protection of everything in your entire consciousness, being, and world. Top to bottom, you are invincible. Front to back, you are invincible. Side to side, you are invincible. In and out, you are invincible. In your light, you are invincible. In your light, you are invincible. In our light, we are invincible. In our light, we are invincible. In our light. In our light. In our light. In our light. At the heart of our Father, Mother, God, Earth, is a great central sun magnet of violet flame. Now see and feel yourself drawing in this blue, violet, purple fire up through your feet, up into your spine and cerebral spinal fluid, up into your heart, up into your brain structure. Forgiving, dissolving, and consuming every physical, emotional, mental, and etheric imperfection, and replacing it with the virgin light substance of perfect health and eternal youth. Perfect health and eternal youth. Now see and feel yourself as a being of violet fire with electric blue lightning veins and diamond bones, radiating like a sun and blessing the universe with your presence. Radiating like a sun and blessing the universe with your presence. Radiating like a sun and blessing the universe with your presence. Top to bottom, you are invincible. Front to back, you are invincible. Side to side, you are invincible. In and out, you are invincible. In your light, you are invincible. In your light, you are invincible. In our light, we are invincible. In our light, we are invincible.
That was Baba Issa doing Invincible. We are invincible. Excellent cut. He, along with Ralph Jones, Baba Issa was playing 3 drums, weren't you?
Those were tube tablas.
Oh, those tube tablas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which were, just PVC pipes
Right.
hooked together.
Yeah.
Palm of the hand.
Yeah, I had an experience with you playing those. That was wonderful things. But tell us about that cut we just heard, please.
Well, it's really interesting how things right in front of our eyes are arranging themselves. I came with a completely different thing to play. You had this. You were led to do this. Mm-hmm. And basically, this cut that you played is a Okay, I'm gonna say, just because we don't have time for me to consult thesauruses and all this and fine words, I'm gonna say this is a ritual framing of the consciousness that we need to take in viewing ourselves as divine beings. So we talk about the diamond bones, and there is a part of Buddhism, which is us, called Vajrayana, and it's basically the diamond bones, and we know that our bones are crystal, and this is just for carrying higher frequencies of light, for being indestructible, because basically, when we leave here, when we leave this planet, we're supposed to take our bodies with us, and just transcend up, ascend up. And so, it's basically rewiring our nervous system with, a higher grade of vibratory material.
Yeah, we're gonna try and cue up that song that
Do you see? Oh, you see. You
birth
have the
and
birth
rhythm.
and rhythm. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna try to cue that up because we're getting short on time. But I do want to get into the 528 with you when we get an opportunity after this song. Cisco, you ready to try? I'm gonna pull it up.
All right. This is the sound bath. This is in the womb. This is being, requalifying everything that we have misqualified, through the wrong use of our words, through the wrong use of our vision, through the wrong release of our solar plexus energy. And this is transmuting all this stuff, cause, effect, record, and memory, and emerging on the other end as an ascended being.
Okay.
88.1 FM. You are here with us in Island Park, and time flies when we're having fun. So let's get it out the way, what we need to tell our
Absolutely.
audience.
Yeah, we got Baba Issa, Abraham Moline, and we listen to his music as we speak. He explained that this is a bathing. You bathe like one bathes in the sun. Bathe in this music and release your mind and free your spirit and move on. Baba, before we close out, you want to have the final words.
All I can to close out with is that it's really been great to be here. Thank you for having me. I mean, this is really a great opportunity that you've given me.
And please give your website address, please. Because Baba also makes fine jewelry as well as paintings, and he's an artist.
I like the bracelets.
360 artist.
Yes.
This is just twist up thing. But I just want to say this: we all are on our way to divinity. That is our natural state. We're going there through the music and through the dedication and transmutation of our vibrational energy. And everyone who presents us a challenge is just challenging us to transcend them. That's all it means.
Amen, brother.
So they are, in spite of themselves, our friends and our allies.
And on that amen, I'd like to add in 2 women. Mary.
All right.
Wait, no, because people take it wrong, and I mean Mary and Mary, okay? Because without woman, Jesus, or whatever you want to call him, would not have been here. Had to be a woman. So I want to give our sisters and mothers and aunts, give them their props too.
The woman is the river, and life flows through the river.
Hello, and you talking the birthing too?
Yeah. All right.
Mary is the Mare.
Again, this is the Cosmic Music in Detroit on the Planet Music Show, radio show, and we have Brother Peter Brown, our co-host, and we have Baba Issa Abramelin, our special guest, and my name is Kenneth Green, and we want to thank you for joining us. If you'd be so kind, tune in again next week. The stream address is www.fm881whpr.com, and the phone number here is 868-3688. And again, this is 88.1 FM WHPR Detroit in Highland Park. Our illustrious and great engineer is Cisco. And thank you, Cisco. And thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate you. And I just want to say, take care of somebody. Help somebody, please, my listening audience. Help somebody. Thank you.
You're listening to 88.1 FM WHPR.